Welcome, to episode 5 in our series on the power of positive thinking. Do you ever wake up and just feel like unhappiness is simply happening to you?
Oh, yeah. Like you are just trapped inside some heavy weather system.
Right, exactly. I mean, when I was thinking about this whole concept, I started picturing the human mind like this massive factory assembly line.
Okay, an assembly line. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if the raw materials we keep loading onto that conveyor belt are, resentment, fear, and worry, well, the factory is habitually going to manufacture its own unhappiness. It just churns out misery on autopilot.
That is such a great visual. And the most transformative concept we are looking at today actually disrupts that entire factory process.
Oh, really?
Yes. The big idea here is that you alone decide whether you are happy or unhappy. I mean, it is profoundly simple, but it is certainly not easy.
Yeah, I have to push back on that a little bit, though. If you are dealing with genuine, heavy daily stress, maybe difficult relationships or like immense work pressure, how can you realistically just choose happiness?
I totally get why you would ask that.
It feels a bit like telling a pilot whose engines just failed to, simply choose lift over gravity.
Oh, for sure. Telling someone to just be happy during a major life crisis sounds completely dismissive. The distinction here is that happiness is not a spontaneous, automatic reaction to your circumstances.
Okay, so what is it then?
Well, it is a cultivated habit. It is built through what are called thought conditioners. You can think of it as a conscious practice of quality control in your mental factory.
Like pulling the bad parts off the belt.
Exactly. When you catch those self-pitying or fearful thoughts on the assembly line, you actively eject them. Then you systematically substitute healthy spiritual thoughts in their place.
So you are literally changing the raw materials.
Yes. Because when you change what you are internally, you literally change the world you live in. Your internal state dictates the reality you experience.
Right. But to a lot of our listeners, the idea of simply substituting thoughts might sound a bit like, I don't know, self-help 101.
Sure, it sounds very basic on the surface.
So how do you actually turn this philosophy into a concrete daily practice without getting, totally overwhelmed by the effort?
It comes down to a very specific morning microhabit. Before you even eat breakfast, you deliberately drop happiness thoughts into your conscious mind.
Wait, before breakfast? Why then?
Because your mind is the most receptive right after waking up, you do this by repeating a positive affirmation 3 times. For example, you might meditate on the phrase, "This is the day the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it."
Oh, I like that one.
Or, you can state aloud, "I believe I can successfully handle all problems that will arise today."
And you are not just doing rote repetition of those words, right?
Yeah.
You are actually visualizing and savoring those expected happy experiences.
Absolutely. You have to really feel it.
Because by doing that, you fundamentally alter the psychology of your entire day before it even really begins. You are setting the thermostat instead of just reading the thermometer.
That is exactly it. And there is a standout quote that anchors this entire mindset. "He that is of a merry heart hath a continual feast."
Wow. A continual feast.
Yeah. When you practice this conditioning, you develop a deep inner vitality. It is a kind of inner light that inevitably reflects outwardly.
That makes so much sense.
You stop relying on external events to feed your joy, and instead your internal state becomes an ongoing, self-sustaining feast.
That is such a brilliant image to hold on to. So, as you head out into your day, remember this. Keep your heart free from hate. Live simply, expect little, give much, and practice goodwill.
Beautifully said.
If you found value in this conversation, please like and subscribe to get notified about our next deep dive. And before we go, consider this. If your mind is a factory constantly churning out thoughts, what happens when you decide to shut off the machinery completely for 10 minutes a day? We will leave you to think about that.